Sine goes with y, it is the chop factor in the y direction, and cosine goes with x, that's the chop factor in the x direction. And so if you know what these chop factors are, then I can take the chop factor and multiply by the hypotenuse, and that will tell me how many units my triangle is in the y direction if I'm multiplying by this one. When you multiply by the hypotenuse, if you multiply the sine of the angle times the hypotenuse, it cuts the hypotenuse down and only tells you how much of it goes in the vertical direction. If you take the chop in the x direction and multiply by the hypotenuse, then what you're understanding as the answer is it's chopping down that hypotenuse and telling you how much of this hypotenuse exists in the x direction. So I call it chop in x and chop in y because when I multiply those factors times the hypotenuse, if I multiply the hypotenuse times the sine, it gives me the length of the opposite side. If I multiply the length of the hypotenuse times the cosine of this angle, it gives me the length of the adjacent side. Learn anything at mathandscience.com.